Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to look at the following WWE news and rumors. Alexa Bliss or Randy Orton could cost each other a chance to headline WWE WrestleMania 37. Backstage update on when Ronda Rousey could return to WWE. Details on Edge's opponent for WrestleMania 37. And the WWE Championship rumored to change hands at WWE Royal Rumble. If you are new here, you are welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe. Alexa Bliss or Randy Orton could cost each other a chance to headline WWE WrestleMania 37. Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss have crossed paths on WWE Raw numerous times in recent weeks. Bliss launched a fireball towards Orton's face not too long ago. The Viper needed a way to gain some form of revenge, and he managed to do the same on the most recent edition of WWE Raw. Orton delivered an RKO to Bliss when the latter star was busy fighting Asuka in the main event. The aforementioned interruption cost Alexa Bliss a chance to become the new WWE Raw Women's Champion. Bliss could be looking to cost Orton a chance to headline WrestleMania in return, which is why she may interfere in the Men's Royal Rumble match to some extent. It is also possible that Orton could interfere in the Women's Royal Rumble match as well. Either way, both characters could influence each other's chances of winning their respective Royal Rumble matches. Since Alexa Bliss has to be the one looking for payback, she may be the first one who could prevent Randy Orton from winning the Men's Royal Rumble match. Backstage update on when Ronda Rousey could return to WWE. The Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer recently gave an update on when we could see a WWE return for former Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. The 2021 edition of Royal Rumble takes place this Sunday night, and there have been rumors of Ronda Rousey possibly returning at the show. On the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer gave an update on when Ronda Rousey could return to WWE. Here's what Meltzer had to say. With Ronda was training. I know that. She will still be at WrestleMania. So with Ronda, here's the negative. Ronda can come into the Royal Rumble and be a surprise, but unless she's gonna win, I would say no way. Now if she's going to win, yes, then do it. But she can still work WrestleMania and shoot an angle with somebody without winning the Royal Rumble, because people will resent her for winning the Royal Rumble because she's not been there, and even though they will pop because of the surprise aspect, and then everyone will complain, part-timer blah blah blah. So it's almost from a political standpoint better for her not to win, but if she's not gonna win she shouldn't be in it. Why do that? It doesn't benefit anyone, and you're not making money off of her name, because no one knows she's in the match anyway. So if she's going to do Mania this year, which I think is possible, unless she's winning the Rumble I wouldn't even, Mania becomes the second match, not the first. You've given away the first without even advertising it, so in that sense her being in the Rumble, they could do it for a surprise pop, but when I think about it that way I think it makes no sense at all. Stephanie McMahon recently spoke to TMZ Sports and said that WWE was hopeful of a Ronda Rousey return at some point. She said that Rousey was looking to start a family right now, but added that WWE was ready to welcome her back when she was ready. Ronda Rousey's last WWE match was at WrestleMania 35. Ronda Rousey main evented the show along with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch with both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships on the line. Lynch won the match and left as a double champion. The WWE Championship rumored to change hands at WWE Royal Rumble. At WWE Royal Rumble 2021, Goldberg is set to challenge Drew McIntyre for the latter's title. Goldberg recently returned on Raw and decided to go after McIntyre's WWE Championship straight away. If the previous bookings have taught us anything, we all know that Goldberg will be the winner of this title bout. It is important to note that Goldberg has never won the WWE Championship before, and it is the only title missing from his long and illustrious career. He will look to change that at WWE Royal Rumble. We only hope that Drew McIntyre doesn't suffer an underwhelming defeat at Goldberg's hands, or it will end up ruining McIntyre's momentum on the show. Goldberg won't be the only threat to the title at the WWE Royal Rumble. Miz has already declared his intentions of cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. If that happens, the creative might refrain from another failed cash-in and will most likely allow Miz to win the WWE Championship at the upcoming pay-per-view. Details on Edge's opponent for WrestleMania 37. Edge returned to WWE Raw this past week via satellite to announce his entrance into this year's Royal Rumble. Edge gave out a clear message that he intends to win the Royal Rumble this year. As per reports, the initial plans for Edge vs Randy Orton at WrestleMania has been dropped, and Edge will likely face a world champion at the grandest stage of them all. Edge returned to WWE after a 9-year sabbatical last year at the Royal Rumble. The former WWE champion got injured again after 2 matches with Randy Orton following his return. It was believed that Edge would resume his feud with the Viper Randy Orton. However, that may not be the case. As per Dave Meltzer of One, with Randy Orton tied up with The Fiend, the two men will likely have a Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania. This leaves Edge open for a win at the Royal Rumble and facing either WWE Champion Drew McIntyre or Universal Champion Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 37. Orton vs Fiend was on the card for Rumble in a Firefly Funhouse match, and now it doesn't appear to be. If it's held for Mania, and there is certainly speculation now that's the case, that takes Orton vs Edge out, which could leave Edge open for Reigns or McIntyre since his promo was strong about going after the title. Dave Meltzer stated that only Daniel Bryan and Edge have cut promos talking about winning the Royal Rumble, which could mean that one of these two men might be winning the Royal Rumble match. If Daniel Bryan is set to face Roman Reigns, Edge would likely challenge the Scottish Warrior at WrestleMania. However, there is also a possibility that WWE may be planning a spear versus spear battle between Reigns and Edge.